We are live. Queen Iga Swiatek. All hail the Queen. What a dominant performance. So 2022 French Open Women's Champion is Iga Swiatek of Poland. Already she had created history in 2020 when she had won the French Open, becoming the first Polish player to ever achieve that feat. Now in a dominant display, just over an hour. Just over an hour.
Just a little over an hour. And what's more, Coco Gauff never looked like she was in the match for 1 minute.
For 1 minute.
It did not look like she was in the match. In fact, I was thinking that the first set might just be a bagel. It looked close enough. She eventually avoided that. But, I mean, Swiatek was, 4-0 up at one point?
Up.
So, I mean, it very much looked on the cards. Even the second set when she broke, once, Swiatek broke back, you knew that it was just a case of a matter of time. So it was a very dominant showing from Iga Swiatek. Well done to the pole. For Coco Gauff, I mean, and this is not a criticism, but she did very much look like a very young player being in a final for the very first time. She looked very overwhelmed by the situation.
Exactly. I mean, look at Swiatek. Heading into this match, she was 2-0 upon Coco Gauff. Even in the head-to-head, we knew that Coco Gauff had to play extraordinary well to beat Swiatek. And remember, Swiatek, this is now a new record, guys. 35 consecutive wins, breaking the record set by Serena in 2034. So Iga Swiatek has had so many clean sheets. Clean sheets meaning she did not lose sets. I think in the entire French Open of 2022, she's not lost a set. So, but Coco Gauff is very young. Ravindra Singh is saying, and come in finals, not a joke. She played a lot well.
She did. No two ways about it. But the way she played in the final, all I said was that she looked like a player who was playing her first final.
I will tell you one thing. The conditions also played a part. I'll tell you why. When the players came on to the warm-up, the first comments that we saw from Philippe Chatrier was that there was no wind. Now, no wind means it was all a power game. So, power game means Iga Swiatek was up. Already. Because with the wind, Coco Gauff's game kind of revolves around the drift and a bit of a touch play. Whereas Iga Swiatek is totally based on power. And it showed. The baseline was covered brilliantly. Her serve was accurate.
And some of those returns, I mean, even with Coco Gauff being near them, like near in the sense that she wasn't on the other side of the court, but Swiatek was hitting them with so much power, she was unable to actually reach them. So, power game, she was totally overpowered.
Power game plus the factor that she was relentless. No unforced errors. Whereas when it came to the crunch situation with Gauff,
she had a lot of net. A lot of net shots. Lots and lots of net shots.
No, Love Rami, she's, I think Iga equaled the record. No, she's got 35 wins, which is a new record now. It was 34 set by Serena, but now that has been broken. And Iga Swiatek, I think the best sporting personality to come out of Poland after Robert
Lewandowski.
Yes. So, 2 French Open titles. That blip in 2020, and we all thought, okay, maybe 2020 would have been a
bit of a one-off. But she's proved otherwise. I mean, the form that she was in coming into this year's tournament, you knew that she was the woman to beat, and she's proven that by the fact that no one could actually beat her. Not even in a single set.
Not even a single set. So 6-1, 6-3. When Coco Gauff broke Swiatek in the opening exchanges in the second set, we thought, okay, maybe she might give a chance, but Swiatek just rode back.
Powered back afterwards. In fact, I think the writing was on the wall after the first game itself, because, Swiatek did a Nadal. Used the first game to no, I'm breaking now. And that's it.
And look at only one breakpoint opportunity was given to Gauff. She took it. But then Swiatek had 10, which means on the given day, Gauff's serve was just broken apart. And Swiatek's relentlessness plus her accuracy and aggression, all these 3 factors combine to ensure that she is now the new queen of clay. And also, incidentally, a very big fan of Led Zeppelin. Whenever she wants to calm herself down, she wants to come to the court without any tension, she listens to Led Zeppelin.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
A classically good choice too.
Yep, because Led Zeppelin is, I guess, one of the icons, you may say, of rock music.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Led Zeppelin fan, Iga Swiatek, 35 consecutive wins, 2nd French Open title. So, the women's section, maybe we all thought that it might not be so one-sided final, but we have had one-sided finals in the French Open. We all thought that it may go 1988 way when Steffi Graf, at the peak of her powers, dismantled Natasha Zvereva 6-0, 6-0.
Exactly.
It was a double bagel, and on top of that, it was just 34 minutes. blink and miss stuff.
Absolutely.
And what was the other comment that was
We'll
there?
go down the sports
Did
level.
Coco
No,
playing
no.
doubles had effect on the final? No.
No, this is it's not a new phenomenon that players will, oftentimes play both singles and doubles. In fact, a fun fact for you, if you didn't know this, when Serena was just coming on to the, she was coming into the tour, and by that point Venus was already a dominant force.
Yes.
Venus and Serena would actually team up and play doubles on more than one occasions in Grand Slams, whilst they were sometimes playing each other in the singles.
Absolutely.
So it's not a new thing, this playing of multiple formats. It's just she was very overwhelmed by the situation.
Exactly.
It's a good learning experience, mind you. If you're she's 18 years old,
yeah.
18 years old, very young. Making it to the final, you learn more from your defeats than you will from your wins.
She will win a Grand Slam. She's got that potential now.
Absolutely.
But with the women's game, it is in such a state of flux after Serena not playing so much.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to win. I mean, suddenly you may see Petra Kvitova winning.
Before that, you also remember you had Naomi Osaka, who's seen as someone on the rise.
Yeah.
And mind you, who still is not old or finished. So you never really know. You need that little bit of luck, little bit of form, and then suddenly the women's game looks very, very different again. So.
Yeah. And there was a comment now. Tomorrow's Rafa's 14th incoming in.
Yes, love Ravi.
What do you guys think that tomorrow the match will be same like today we saw?
No. I think it might. There's every chance it might be a straight setter, might being the key word. But I think Ruud will put up a little bit more of a fight. Two reasons. One, he's trained in the Rafa Nadal Academy. That's where he actually got a lot of his tennis learnings from. And number two, not many people know this, but Ruud himself is specialized in the clay courts. So, a lot of his titles previously on the ATP tour have come on clay. So he's not necessarily someone who's going to be, of course, you're going to be awed by the situation. You're playing arguably the greatest tennis player, period, definitely the greatest player of clay. Yes. But I don't think it will be as one-sided. Gauff, you could see, was clearly overwhelmed. But again, I could be wrong. But if you're asking me, no, I think it will be a little more competitive than this.
Perhaps this point might go in both ways. Casper Ruud and Rafael Nadal going to square off for the first time ever.
Yeah, actually, they've never played each other before.
So the surprise element can either go against Nadal or Ruud might get overwhelmed. Absolutely. So it might go both ways. But yes, tomorrow it is the big day. Rafael Nadal versus Casper Ruud. Will Nadal make it 14
and 23 overall?
22 with Steffi Graf. Yes. If he wins, it's 14, 4, 2, 2. 2 Australian, 2 Wimbledon, 14 French potentially, and 4 US Open. Sports lover, how is India's tennis talent on New Horizons? Now that Sania is almost close to retirement. This is the last year on the tour for Sania.
Yeah.
Bopanna is 42. Sumit Nagal.
I was shocked to find out he was 42, by the way. I googled it and I'm like, what? This guy's 42? How?
Yeah.
Look at, mind you.
Because the majority of Bopanna's career was overshadowed by the dominance of Leander Paes and Mahesh Bhupathi. Lee Hesh. And also, when he was also coming up in the mixed doubles, Sania was also dominating. So his achievements went under the radar. But yeah, it's a damning indictment that Rohan Bopanna could never win a Grand Slam till now.
He has, actually.
But if you look at the trend of India's tennis players in
mixed
doubles
2017,
and mixed doubles,
he's won. He won French Open.
Yes, but in the doubles, I'm saying.
He won it in the doubles, mixed doubles.
I'm saying men's doubles.
Men's doubles, no.
Yeah, so Bopanna, if you look at the trend of India's tennis players, they actually peak in the doubles at this point in time.
Yeah.
From 37 to 44. Pace is an example. So maybe I don't know if he'll play Wimbledon, but the US Open presents the next opportunity for Bopanna.
Absolutely.
And Sumit Nagal is on the scene, but again, you have to develop India's singles talent because we've had too much emphasis on the doubles.
And the problem with, you have to remember this, tennis is a very expensive sport. So it's a double-edged sword in the sense that a lot of these players would like sponsorship, but they're not going to get that sponsorship because, the state of tennis in India isn't that great. But without that sponsorship, they're not going to get the chance to make Indian tennis better. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. And quite frankly, obviously, when it comes to these tours and stuff, obviously you sometimes keep an eye on a Sumit Nagal, on a Ramkumar Ramanathan. Yep. These are the closest you have to players who are competing at that level. But I think it would take India some time to actually get someone who can consistently compete at that level.
Yep.
It says a lot that as far as singles competitors, the last one who you had who truly made a mark after Sania was maybe Somdev. And also their time also kind of coincided a bit. Ravindra Singh, whom are you guys supporting tomorrow? He's a Nadal fan. So of course he's supporting Nadal. I'm a a Federer fan, so no hate for Nadal. But it would be very, very fun to see Ruud win tomorrow. My God.
I mean, if Ruud wins, let us make no doubt about it. He's the first Norwegian player ever to reach the final in the Open era.
Correct.
By the way, his father also played tennis. He was in the top 150, Christian Ruud.
Yeah.
So it is not a surprise that tennis does flow through the veins of the Ruud
Of
family.
Casper, yes.
He may give Nadal a Ruud shock, pardon the name, the pun on his name. But if Ruud wins, it's actually good for tennis in a
Yeah,
way.
because you'd finally have, I think after Medvedev, the first new gen star to get a, and mind you, Medvedev is like 26, so I don't consider him new gen.
Yeah.
So
Tsitsipas, Zverev, all those players. See, it's only going to be a matter of a year that Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, out of these three, two might step away.
yeah,
Djokovic-
at least one, I think. At least
At
one.
least one. So then it's important for the new crop to swim, because remember, the style of tennis, we were very, very blessed for 2 decades
Oh, yeah.
that we have seen the brilliance of
3
Djokovic,
players.
Federer, and Nadal. And in
All at the
particular,
same time.
what got us going, it was Federer.
Hmm.
He laid the original benchmark for dominance.
Nadal came and broke it.
And he had to adopt very, very extreme means.
Hmm.
That was the wizardry of Federer. So that is why I would rate. I will just say this one thing. Why I'm a Nadal fan. Federer is an absolute artist.
Hmm.
To match him, it's probably not possible for a mere mortal.
Yeah.
Nadal is like our middle class.
I mean, Nadal had to actually basically mess up his knee and now potentially his foot to actually break the dominance of Federer. So such was his artistry.
Such was his artistry. So Nadal dethroned peak Federer in all conditions.
Yeah.
That is why I rate Nadal higher. And of course, he's on the cusp of equaling Steffi Graf's tally of 22 Grand Slam titles. Just Serena and Margaret Court are ahead of him. But I don't think he'll get to the tally of 24. His knee and foot problems are too much.
Yeah, but let's see. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yep.
I personally would want to, even if Nadal has to win, I think I'd like if Ruud gives him a bit of competition.
Yeah.
So, try and stake his claim. Because again, as I've said, Ruud flourishes on clay. So,
And I just hope that they do not close that hideous roof on Philippe Chatrier. Because even Nadal admitted when the roof was closed, the humidity inside was too much.
It became a
It
lot.
made the surface a bit more loopier. He had to generate even more power. The points became longer. That is why you saw just even 2 sets were not complete.
yeah.
Yet it stretched on for 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, it says a lot that when is the last time you saw a tennis match, where both sets went to the absolute limit and you were still playing for 3 hours? 3 hours! It's madness.
That roof will be one of the conditions in Philippe Chatrier tomorrow, because 6:30 p.m. IST the match will begin. Casper Ruud versus Rafael Nadal. Simple equation. Nadal gunning for his 14th French Open title. Oof.
And Casper Ruud for his first.
For his first. And remember, if Nadal wins, he not only gets 22, he also equals Pete Sampras's lifetime Grand Slam tally.
Of 14 in just the French Open, mind you.
Oof.
Just the French Open.
Insane. So we'll be there tomorrow for all that action. The Titanic tussle, the French Open, reaches tomorrow. Ruud versus Nadal. Join us at Sports Today for all the latest analysis. We'll also be there when the match goes live. When the match ends, press the like, comment, share button. Press the bell icon, and we're also there on Facebook, folks. Show us some love. Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
अरे 35